So Threads launches this new Dear Algo where you can modify your algorithm by writing it a request. And it literally tried to body check me and warn me I might get banned for my request, which was simply, Dear Algo, I would like more funny animals. An immediate notification when that one guy passes away.
This episode is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Today's patron of the day is Salty Seattle Cyclist. Patrons get the day. What? Patrons get the show, always ad-free.
You get your day ad-free.
You get the day
ad-free. The ads
from
your day.
From your whole day. So go to patreon.com/calltheline.
Unironically, I would do that. If somebody was offering that kind of patronage, you just walk around and billboards aren't billboards anymore.
I would love it. I would love it. So if you don't want to miss that, sorry, go ahead. Go to patreon.com.
Patron of the day is going to be the most upvoted comment on Patreon under this episode. Whoever's got the most hearts, since some of y'all try to campaign for it, you get the most hearts on your comment, your patron of the day. That's what's going to happen. Y'all can go campaign. You can organize. You can try and game the system somehow. Here's what I know is whoever has the most hearts is going to get patron of the day. And if there is a tie of any sort, because I know about y'all's conniving, we're just going to pick at random. So that's what's going to happen.
Great.
Get out there.
Wonderful.
Hey, welcome everybody. It is February 17th, a Tuesday.
A Tuesday.
And
you know what that means?
What does that mean?
It's chewed gum day.
Oh, right. Chewed day. Chewed gum day, Tuesday. I keep forgetting that's a joke.
Jimmy,
I was just saying
that's my show.
For no reason.
That's my show on your channel.
I know that.
And it's really good and you should watch it.
Every now and then I do watch it and I seem to always watch it. It'll be like when the philosophy bros
boring.
On. And I have to message you and be like, don't waste your time on this guy. Unless you brought your deck of cards.
We've had some good ones recently. I think Cortez is our new Andrew. Ironically, he's also from New Jersey.
Right. And he keeps calling and also might just be Andrew with a different, with a voice changer or something. No, I don't know. But
do you think
I've been telling people to stop wasting their time with him. He is a waste of time. And we should especially when it's literally calling every show, the co-host syndrome thing has to at some point be like, no, if you are calling every show, it means you're not actually taking time to reflect and internalize and update. You're just like, hey, you guys limited how much I was going to talk last time. And now I'd like to continue on. Let me literally read you my messages to Forrest the other night. Let me see. So Forrest and Erica do a 7-hour stream Friday night and Cortez calls in. And first of all, Cortez is doing the thing where he keeps calling. It's important for the context of these texts that I explain this to you. He keeps doing the thing where he keeps calling girls females.
Oh my God. We've talked to him about that too on Chewed Gum.
Right. And he's still doing it. So this is kind of proof, Alyssa. You've talked to him about it. He's calling other shows and he's talking as though he's not thought about it, internalized it, changed it at all. Even for calling our show, he's not putting on airs and being like, all right, well, I want to be taken more seriously. So I will take this note that the two women here don't want to hear their entire group referred to as though they are a collective of breeding animals.
Right.
Okay. So here's what I wrote. Cortez is either drunk or disabled, which, by the way, at one point I called him out on being drunk. And then later I don't know that Cortez has ever actually claimed to be disabled, but somebody else I think somebody else proposed maybe he's just disabled, that it's not alcohol, because he will say he doesn't drink at all.
Yeah. Well, so I'll tell you on our show, what he said to me was I started doing a dementia test essentially, but I honestly was just trying to see if he would tell me if he was drunk. So I was just asking him what day is it? Who's the president? That sort of stuff. And then I said, what's your favorite thing to drink? And he said whiskey. And I said, how much did you have today? And he said, none. And I was like, okay.
So then he's already lied to me before about that he doesn't drink. And then other people in the live chat.
I think he said, if I remember correctly, to one of the screeners that he had a speech impediment. But
right, which I believe was because he's been called out for being drunk before. Legitimately, I think he's slurring.
I think he's been drunk. But
every time.
my main reason why I think he's drunk is the last time he called chewed gum, he sounded so different. He was so clear
Right,
that I
right.
was like, okay, well
That's not
now by contrast, you definitely were drunk
I
all
think
those
we have
other
to make an executive
times.
decision and say no more Cortez. Like,
Yeah.
I get it when there's no one else calling and you're trying to get a call. It's tough, but like I think I'm ready for the like blanket ban, honestly. Because what are we getting out of, let's say he's disabled. It's the same metaphor I always say. If you're a professional boxer,
Mhm.
do you still get credit for a victory when your opponent's a 9-year-old girl? Well, hey, a
Well,
win's a
right.
win. That's a tally on the
R
board, guys. I got to win.
right.
Yeah, you got to win, but like now, or we could just not even go that metaphorical against a disabled person.
Right, right, right. Well, so here's the thing
Nobody's sitting
with
there going like, wow, Jimmy beat Josh Blue. Pulled that off.
um what with Cortez, I have a similar feeling with Andrew, which is like this is a community of people that is so unreachable that sometimes it's hard for me to turn them away if I can get them to. He's similar to Andrew in that he's not like there's some people who call who disagree and are misogynistic and are like blatantly telling us that, well, you're a whore, blah, 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 like that sort of stuff. And like those two guys never did that to me. I know that they were like
Yeah.
transphobic on a different show. And then that's like ultimately what got Andrew kicked off, which is like, obviously I agree with that decision. But it's interesting because like they'll engage in conversation and I always am just like so optimistic about like one little piece of this seeping into their little bird brain and making like a tiny bit of a difference with this group of people that would otherwise be unreachable, you know? But I
Yeah.
know that that's optimistic and you don't really feel that way. But I don't know. I like freaked out on chat last Tuesday because when we
Whatever.
take calls like that and they did this to me with Andrew and then they were doing it again with Cortez where they were telling me that I was uh they were being really condescending, honestly. They were saying that like I uh didn't understand what Cortez was doing, that I didn't understand that he was being misogynistic, that I was giving him this like free pass, that like all this stuff and I was like I don't
Dude,
at
all
what
these
point.
people have this excellent ability. Like, can you imagine how good their YouTube channels would be if they would just start it? Like, they're
Well,
so good at telling us how to do better call-in shows that we need to send them, honestly, probably money to thank them for not
right.
starting a channel and putting us out of business.
Well, you know what I said to them? I like had a little bit of a meltdown because I was like, you all know, I've been doing this show for over a year. So you all know that the style of conversation that I typically have with people is not the same as some of the other hosts on this show. If you want somebody who's going to hear someone like Cortez and like, you know, kind of like really hand it to him and give him what he deserves, honestly, then I'm not the host for you. There are other shows on this channel where they'll do that. Like truly, like listen to you, listen to Matt, like where you'll really put people in their fucking place when they need it. I am not that person in real life. I'm not going to be that person on the show. And like my real job is to be a coach. So like I see a person who is in a place where like in one way or another is in deep need, and like my function is just not naturally to be like, well, I'm going to tell you what the fuck is what. It's just not who I am. So stop telling me that I'm naive. Stop telling me that I don't know what I'm doing in this job that I've been doing for over a year and that I like can't see this situation clearly because I can. I just handle it differently, which is allowed.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
like it too, how there is there are a number of people who will leave comments that are basically like, I don't want Jimmy to do this anymore. Either just
Well,
be quiet and let the other people talk or become like these other people. And I'm just sitting there like, there's one person who tried to compare. It's like, oh, you're just going to ignore my criticism. It's like if you had a cookie stand, just because I'm not a debater, I can't tell you that like the cookie tastes bad. And so you're like, well, no, you can. But there's also like a whole group of people.
yes, choose a
Right
different
now,
host.
I've got 350,000 plus of them who subscribe to my cookie subscriptions.
Right.
You know, and it is really funny when they come to Jimmy Snow in the line, which is built on what used to just be Jimmy Snow, and tell me to stop talking and only let the guest talk or become more like somebody else. And I'm like, you do know this channel like outperformed the line before I quit it.
Right.
And now that I've come back, as far as viewership goes, the viewership relative to the number of days we stream is actually higher. So like the number of views per stream is actually higher. So like, listen, I love the line. I love that religious shit they're doing over there. But arguably I have a larger audience coming to see my political shit. If you don't like the taste of my cookies, that's cool, dude. I gave you a whole other network of cookies to choose from. Go eat those goddamn cookies. Those cookies are for you. And of course, when I bring a guest on, I want them to be able to promote their cookies too. And absolutely there is a valid criticism but I don't get enough of X's cookies. Tonight I've got a show with Ari. I got to be better about the way I was going to phrase that. Let Ari give out samples of her own. None of this is good.
No,
as soon as you switch the cookies thing to a girl, it sounds there's not like a good way to do it.
Yeah.
But Ari has her own cookies and people would like to taste them. This is not.
Basically.
The cookies thing is breaking down.
Yeah. Basically, you don't have, like, if you don't like one host's approach, there's a bunch of other hosts and you are should feel free to go and see one that suits you better. But to come into the chat of a show that I have been co-hosting for over a year, I think it's like possibly closer to 2. I don't remember when we started it. It might be closer to 2. I'll have to look. But in any case, I don't remember if I thought we started it in the beginning of the year. So I don't know, but I'll check. But like to come into the comments of this show specifically that does not have the same tone as the other ones, and then have the audacity to tell me that I don't know what I'm doing and speak to me in a way that's condescending. Absolutely the fuck not. No, we're not doing that.
Yep. It's a whole thing, man. If they would just start we would just be out of business.
Yeah.
These people in the background too, they know the right way and the way they want everybody. This is the other thing too, where it's literally like you've come to channels that are variety channels. Obviously, Jimmy Snow in the Line's a little more isolated down to you can probably guess who's going to be more featured on the channel called Jimmy Snow in the Line.
Sure.
I would bet. But they are still like a variety of shows. And so like you want to homogenize the hosts to your desires, which would mean every individual has their own audience. Every individual here, every individual host is the favorite of somebody. Right. And so it's like basically you're saying, I'm going back to cookies. I'm sorry, I'm going back to cookies. But because you like peanut butter chocolate chip, you want that to be the only option that some people get. And here's the deal, bruh. Some people are allergic to peanuts. The person you like the most, there are people who like other hosts and they hate them. And you should understand that because guess what, dickbag? I am somehow many people's favorite. Okay? But I got pecans in me. And you're allergic to pecans.
Wait, okay. This is a perfect time to read the comment that I saw earlier.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, this comment. It says, and this is on the podcast episode from 2 days. Oh no, this comment was 2 days ago. What's today? Today's Tuesday, so from Thursday.
Yeah.
On YouTube, it says, "Look, I know Jimmy comes off how he does sometimes, but if he was actually a douchebag, I don't think he and Alyssa would have such warmth and friend chemistry."
Yeah.
I want to comment on that and be like, that was almost nice. Look at that.
No, I thought that was nice.
It's crazy.
I didn't wait. What was the not nice part?
But he's like, I know that he comes off as a douchebag, but if
so far, totally neutral. This is that's literally the weather. Right now, it is 77 degrees outside, and I come off as a douchebag. These are the same level of information.
Oh,
they're just facts.
That's
That is funny
so
too.
funny.
The inability for so many people though, because I think this person's pointing out something great. What you see on screen is often not what you see in real life. That changes. Matt Dillahunty, same guy in real life. I mean, that guy does not change much off to on air. He's got a little more social awareness off air than he does on, but he's fundamentally the same guy. I would say I have a little bit of that in that if I get him into the point of, if you pull me to debating, I'm the same guy.
Yeah.
When I go and there was just a person in the comment section like, Jimmy wouldn't run his mouth like this in real life. I'm like, there's videos of me doing that. Do you not remember me going up to the protester at Pride and taking a selfie video with him and going, hey, we out here, new members of the Little PP Club. Our PPs are so small. They are so dry. That dude, the guy almost cracked a smile. He tried hard not to. We out here, little PPs for life. That's the most recent one because that's more that I don't go out much. But when I do,
yeah, you're the same, I think.
I'm 6'2", over 200 pounds. Do you think I literally walk around going like, oh, what if I get beat up? I don't have to worry that much about. I'm also I'm like getting old and I'm visibly getting old. So a lot of people aren't going to like most people's evaluation unless they're just one of those dog shit people. And then those are the people, it doesn't matter what you say. I disagree. And they're like, whoa, let's fight. Might make right. Let's fight. Those guys.
Crazy.
The ones who tear their shirts off to fight. And you're literally like, you're going to get road rash, you idiot. You're out here on asphalt trying to fight with your shirt off. Shut the fuck up.
It's like heavy loser behavior, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyway, that comment cracked me up. And, we'll just look forward to Cortez calling again tonight because he will.
One time I was at a bar in Wyoming, like a dancing like country bar. And this white dude tries to pick a fight with this black guy, which I know is already going to sound like a not true story because Wyoming, where'd the black guy come from? The Air Force Base is the answer.
Sure.
I'm not joking. Literally, the population there is homogenous white. There are like so few black people. And when they are there, it's because they work on the Air Force Base. And there's something about that where it's like, what is stopping other black people from coming here? And it's the culture. The place is terrible. Anyway. Wyoming sucks. Cheyenne sucks. Anyway, we're at this bar and they pick a fight. And I'm not even fucking joking. Like the guy goes there with the racist comments. You know what I mean? Like the similar type of racist comments as the president recently shared in a video comparing this black man to another animal that is historically very racist. And they end up out in front of the bar in the parking lot. And just the funniest thing is a white guy who's calling a black person essentially some type of ape that is non-human, then like tears his shirt off and throws his hands up in the air. It's just literally like starts like you can see anybody whoever is like, oh, we didn't come from no monkeys. I'm like, I don't, we still are. Look at this white dude in here literally like trying to do like a mating display at the same time. I don't know if he's trying to fight him or fuck him. Like, what's going on here? It is very funny, though, whenever I see, like, there are times humans will do things where it's just like, how do people not believe in evolution? You know?
I don't know. There are people who don't believe in a lot of other crazy things. So,
yeah.
The answer is they're idiots.
What's our feedback on why did we get demonetized with pedophiles, poop pants, and political cults? Episode 83. Episode 83 got a little demonetization.
Is that
controversial issues from 26 seconds to 28 seconds.
Oh.
Let's have a look.
Early, very early.
Yeah, let me see. I'm not even joking. All I say from the 26 second to 28 second mark is "What's up, Alex S?" I just looked. That's all I said.
Can you dispute that?
Yeah, we did, and that was the feedback they gave. That it was clear that I don't know. I think they just picked any random time thing, and they're like, the title has pedophiles in it, guy.
Right.
Like, what do you want from us? You wrote the word pedophiles. I don't know what to do for you. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, listen, here's the deal. This is episode 86, you and me right now.
86.
We got to start figuring out how to market this thing by the time we hit 100.
I was just going to say, we have to start marketing this podcast.
Yeah. We got to start actually like spreading it out there.
Yeah, we gotta
How do we spread it like it's HPV? Like there's general awareness and everybody has it, but they don't have to like center their life around it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the best thing you can do is make sure that men don't have accessible testing to HPV. Like it's just like not that common. I think that we could do something like that. Make it easy for men.
Do you know what's so funny though? Even if men had accessible testing, do you think it would change a single thing?
I mean,
do you think the awareness that we all probably have it, we're all probably carrying it, I always just thought I didn't have it because I always do the big comprehensive panel. But then I found out like even when you do when you ask like test me for everything, not only do they not do HPV, they don't even do herpes. You have to ask for herpes separately.
Yeah.
I didn't find that out for years later. And so then I was like, had that moment where I was like just sitting there like anxious about like, what if I missed it all this time? Here are the people I would have to call.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was fine,
I also recently learned that there is a bacteria called it's ureaplasma and mycoplasma, and they oftentimes, if you find one, you find the other, and they can be transmitted sexually, but it's also a bacteria. They're still sort of learning about it, but there's research that suggests that it's bacteria that is naturally found in the vaginal flora, and when it has an overgrowth, it makes you very susceptible to BV and like other sort of like stuff, but primarily BV. I heard somewhere else bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah.
I heard someone else say UTIs, but I haven't seen that. I know that it's true for BV.
But isn't BV often misdiagnosed as a UTI?
Yes. So then the other thing
there's probably a lot of people just putting it together, thinking it.
100%.
Yeah.
So, and then the other thing is with these two, the overgrowth of those two bacteria, if you just treat BV, you're probably going to get it again. Like if you just are treating it in the way you normally would,
it might come back.
You're going to get it again. Yeah. So what they have to do is they have to give you a much longer, much more intense round of antibiotics. But then people don't do that because they're not testing for those two things. When you get a regular STI panel, they're not testing you for those things. And when you go and you just are getting tested for a BV or whatever, they typically don't test you for those things. Only like this year they have a PCR test for mycoplasma. And so now you can get easily tested for mycoplasma, but before you couldn't.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because the amount of
like make it like a car wash. Like you go to the car wash, you hit the button for I want the basics. This covers most people, you're fine. You know what? I'd like a little bit of a shine, that'd be good. And I'd like to actually go premium plus. It rains in these parts. I want the Rain X.
Sure.
Guys, make it that easy. In fact,
I know.
Put us on a conveyor belt. And as we gotta hit an ad break. Do you realize we're already at the need for an ad break? And
this always happens though.
Yeah.
We're professional
an actual conveyor belt. We stand on it. We go through. Things get swabbed.
Sure.
Okay. And it just happens automatically. It could be a lay down. It could be a stand up. I wouldn't mind some conveyor belt style medical things. Feels like the future we deserve, but not the future we've gotten.
I agree.
Yeah. Put a lot of phlebotomists out of work though. And a lot of dick swabbers.
Or it will mean that they have, other things that they can be doing. Like they'll have all of this time now, which is great. That's how I would spin it.
When we get back, I gotta know, are people still trying to scare people away from STDs with like the way the procedures work, what they have to stick up and claw out? I wonder if that's the thing still happening. We're gonna ask that question when we return. We'll be right back. Hey, more like Matt Devil Hunty, am I right? Because you can go to linemerch.com and order his N-Boss hoodie, which is a reference to a series he was going to do that I don't think took off. But look, the shirt, it's still there. It's still, this is my oversized, I feel fat today, so I'm gonna wear my way too large of a hoodie.
Sure.
And it's so comfy. It's so soft. It's the materials on the inside are autism approved. Because I speak for all of the autists. Hey, Alyssa, what do you
what?
What do you
broke
got
up.
from linemerch.com?
Oh, I have my mug.
We broke up?
This is 16 ounces, I think. It's big.
Yeah,
this is my big mug.
Yes.
And she's so cute.
It's kind of a chode. It's a bit of a chode.
Yeah,
mug.
it is. It is. But not as much as other mugs that are way shorter. Anyways, that's me. That's my friend Jimmy. That's my friend Promise.
Mysterious
bearded man.
The mysterious maiden on the side. A memory of a friendship. We just miss her so much.
I get to do chewed gum with her later.
Ooh wee. Maybe you should ask her when she's coming back to the podcast. Anyway, linemerch.com, you could do that and we'd be pretty stoked. Okay, bye. Welcome back, everybody. We do have news and stuff to talk about, like, don't get me wrong. But also, when I was growing up, to scare us from having sex didn't work for me. But one of the things my dad would say is like, then you get this STD. He didn't ever say which one it was. And if I remember looking it up, it was either syphilis or chlamydia. But he was like, the way they have to cure it is they have to stick a rod up your penis and open up some hooks and pull it out and drain the inside. Something like that. Anyway,
that's really scary.
That is not the treatment anymore. Like, that ain't it. And even if it was it back then, I gotta think that was a procedure done with tremendous numbing. Like, stick a swab with some topicals up in there.
But like, what are they dragging out? Like, it's like a single strand. You know what I mean? Like, how are they even doing that?
The whole idea was that they're essentially cutting open the inside to drain pus. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, with I'm gonna look it up real quick. What?
Yeah, that's horrible.
What STD used to be treated with a hook rod in the urethra? You're thinking of historical treatments for gonorrhea, which were often brutal and invasive. In past centuries, some practitioners tried to mechanically express pus and discharge from the urethra in men with gonorrhea using various instruments, including rods or probes, as well as forcibly compressing the penis between hard surface. One proposed origin of the nickname the clap.
That's so crazy.
Were there actually hooks? Or is my dad a dick? Let's find out. I would love for it to be like, your dad sounds like a dick. Your dad is describing something that's basically an exaggerated and slightly distorted version. They did insert long metal rods and catheters. Right, because it's a catheter of a type into the urethra to irrigate it with hot water or caustic chemicals like silver nitrate. They also use metal dilators and cutting instruments for urethral strictures.
Oh my God.
Scar narrowing of the urethra, which could be caused by infections like gonorrhea. However, there's no evidence for it. I feel like I'd so rarely want to call my dad. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and send it to my siblings and be like, whichever one of you talks to dad next needs to make him aware of this. Because I don't talk to him really. I don't talk to my mom at all. My dad, I've had to have hey, I need a medical history related question here and there. Anyway, I just hate everybody and everything is terrible. And I just wish the whole fucking thing would burn to the ground,
Yeah.
The world.
Yeah. I get that. I really do. What do you want to talk about today? Like, where do we begin? Do we talk about...
So wait, have you never heard about that?
No.
What?
No. I know that...
In the bonus show, we're going to talk about different ways people try to scare me, potentially you, but kids in general away from like this outright lies we're told growing up about sex so we won't have it. Yeah. That'll be the bonus show.
Okay, cool.
Patreon.com/call the line.
I also want to talk about syphilis in the early 1900s because that was also a crazy thing. That's a crazy thing. Anyways, Should we talk about? Did we talk about Miss Bondi and her whole thing? Did we talk about that last Thursday? I feel like that happened on
We did.
Friday. We
No,
did?
we talked about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like her meltdown testimony.
Yes.
The Dow is at $5,000, 50,000. They are at record highs. That's what we should be talking about. The funny thing is, okay, here's the deal. It's not cool to point out when ladies have a shrill voice, but I endured hearing about how that's a valid reason to not vote for Hillary Clinton from people in my family and attached. My girl has the shrilliest voice. That girl is shrilly. Okay?
Yeah.
Because it was Shrilla Pam.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was also just like a mortifying performance from her. Oh, yeah, we did. Because I remember talking about that one representative, the woman whose name I unfortunately forgot, who Pam Bondi called her anti-Semitic. And then she was like, my dad literally died in the Holocaust. Or not my dad, my grandfather literally died in the Holocaust. Like, fuck you. And that was amazing.
I just read the final paragraph about the rod.
Oh, God.
The rod of the PP asking if my dad was a dick. I'm not even joking. This is what it wrote. So there absolutely were nasty metal instrument put into the urethra for STD-related diseases in the past, but the dramatic hook or umbrella version sounds much more like a myth, embellishment, or your dad being a bit of a dick than an accurate description.
Oh, my God.
Love. Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Win perplexity. I hate AI, but every now and then it makes me chuckle. I hate it, but it's here. It's here and it ain't going fucking nowhere. And unless we start burning down some buildings. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't.
Well,
the government totally sucks, you motherfuckers. I'm just gonna randomly sing this. I was gonna say SCD Tenacious D song right now. The government totally sucks. Anyway, go
on. Do you think that the bulk of AI use is still on the consumer side, or do you think it's on?
I don't think it was ever mostly on the consumer side.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because it does annoy me that using something like AI to help with like, do you know how helpful and time-saving it is, especially for a person who's easily distracted, to be able to be like, these are the measurements of my window or whatever. Like, what are the measurements of a curtain that I would need for exactly this time?
Like, the right
for each panel.
Curtain height level.
Exactly.
For sure.
Or like, this is the dimensions of my apartment. Like, what is a good size couch for that? Like, that type of stuff. Yeah. It's like, that would take me so much longer and I will get distracted along the way. It will straight up not happen. And now I'm not allowed to use AI for that. But then Coke can use AI and put in 70,000 prompts.
Ad.
Right, to make the worst ad you've ever seen.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, there's other stuff too. It's like, it's even when we're talking about like prompting stuff like that, that's annoying. That's terrible. It's putting people, the big thing is where they're putting people out of work. And you have people from these companies that are investing in it saying like, yeah, white collar jobs, probably half of them are gone in 2 years. Like, we have such an economic disaster coming. And yet everybody's just like, well, let's go ahead and buy us, let's pay $45 million to get us that Melania documentary that's so important to everybody.
Right. It's just.
Still haven't seen it.
No. Last night I was looking at
some point. Just kidding, guys. Wink. Oh my God.
Well,
what just happened with Stephen Colbert, by the way?
Oh my God. Yes. What the fuck? So they were going to censor, the FCC was going to censor James Talarico and his interview.
So the way it works is James Talarico had an interview with Stephen Colbert, which has now not aired on broadcast on the airwaves. It's only aired online because the FCC, as far as broadcasts go, say you have to do some kind of equal time thing. So like when Kamala Harris went on SNL, they had to give Donald Trump a free ad, some sort of like in-kind equal.
Wait, I have a question about this.
News and interview shows have always been exempt from that. And so I'll just finish and then the question. So the FCC basically was like being threatening, and Stephen Colbert's show's legal said, because we can't do the equal thing here, we're not going to air it. Essentially, what they're actually saying is we're still afraid of the FCC and we're afraid of Trump. They don't like James Talarico. They also are probably trying to get Jasmine Crockett the position because they think Jasmine Crockett is beatable in Texas and James Talarico may actually be a challenge. Unfortunately, that might be correct. I still like, it's one of those things where it's like, of course they recognize that their people are racist and sexist. And so that's an easier barrier to get over. So of course they would want to run a person that they can just pretend is Kamala Harris again and have worse outcome than even under Biden. Anyway, that's essentially the deal is they stopped the James Talarico thing from going out over like cable, over broadcast, but it has been posted online and now they're getting a little bit of Streisand effect for it.
Streisand effect. My question was, is the law about if you give airtime to one political party, you have to give airtime to the other? I thought it was you have to give the opportunity for airtime for the other should they want to take it.
Sure, it's probably something like that. And generally a political campaign will say, yes, you need to play. And the easiest way we will satisfy that is we'll give you an ad to play for free. We don't want to do a full interview or whatever. And it's not like measured on second for second, but basically it's that networks are public good. So you need to be presenting both sides. But again, interview shows and news shows have for a long time been exempt from that kind of thing.
Yeah. So anyway, we are living in an oh my God, hello.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I talk for a living. Imagine that.
Sorry guys, if you contributed to the James Vanderbeek GoFundMe because you heard that his family was broke, that might have been a little scammy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I saw some people responding to that GoFundMe request and being like, or how about you live within your means? How about you just like, which is like tough.
But that's actually like not the worst of it. When I say scammy, do you know the like development on it? So part of the reason they were out of money was a few years, or was it a few years? It might have been months before. Months before he passed, they were renting a ranch out somewhere that was like $5 million. He bought it. And which I get, like, I want to leave my family a place to live. And he basically spent the last of their money to buy a ranch for his family.
Right.
And so when we're being like, this is not disclosed, imagine how much different that would have done if, if they'd have been like, hey guys, we're broke because he died. And it might have still done numbers if you've been like, one of his final gestures was to make sure we could stay in our home. So we did buy our home and that's left us out of funds. But it's closed it more that it was the cancer is what drained their funds.
Right. Now I'm understanding why I saw feedback of like, how about we just are living within our means? Because I'm sure, I know he has 6 kids, but I'm sure the place that he purchased is like an extravagant place for them to live, where they could just have like a more simple home, sell that place, have a more simple home and be able to maintain that more simple lifestyle like every other normal person would do in this country. Like you would just downsize a little bit to accommodate for a lack of this income. And there's no way he doesn't have like a life insurance policy, but also it's like, I don't know
about that. There are rich people often don't even have medical insurance. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But also it's like, I don't know. I don't want to get in the affairs of what people are doing when like, I don't know them personally, like who the hell knows?
Yeah.
And of course I want like this family and these kids to be safe and good and fine. But like, I also, again, it's like, why is the burden
to me even going up to $2 million
else?
at a certain point? It's like, guys, if you're going to be like, fine with the charity of strangers, you get the privilege of being connected to a celebrity death. There needs to be a reasonable number where you go like, cool, we're going to take that number, lock that up. We're going to use it to try and make sure that kids are taken care of, college funds and all that stuff. And every dollar beyond this, now we're going to go ahead and help other people. Because literally, to me, it is just a thing where it's like, in the capitalist world we live in, where you guys like fucking benefited and became a part of the problem class. Maybe you've been humbled now by what happened to James and everything, but that's your origin, that we're doing as a community. The community is organizing to take care of one family when like $2.6 million or whatever it turned out to be, 2.4 million, I think it might've been $2.4 million given to like a housing charity or something. Like, just literally how far those dollars would have gone for thousands of people that we've given to one family.
Right.
Who still on the other side of that now has that $2.4 million plus ownership of a $4 million ranch. Like, sell your ranch, go get a measly $500,000 home and keep the other $3.5 million to live on. Like, fucking Christ. And yeah,
that's
you know,
what I'm
if I
saying.
died,
It's
I'd be like, guys, go fund me the fuck off of my death. Like, but hopefully for good shit. Like, first of all, take care of my loved ones. There's only a few of them. Take care of them. I'm not a millionaire and I don't have a $5 million ranch that they're all living in. And like, where's that money going to come from? Definitely use it to like figure out what the follow-up to the line is going to be and make sure that if the line itself dissolves, but then a new project comes after, that people are like kind of paid out and taken care of for a while when they lose that income or whatever. I don't know. I think we have a little bit more of a plan in place if I died. But anyway, so I'm like, that's
I don't really want to
stupid.
talk about it anymore.
This is so stupid, but also if I die, like, use the fuck out of that. Raise some funds. Do good with it, though. Do good with it. Raise that.
You know we will. And also, I don't really want to talk about you dying anymore. It's making me kind of sad.
But you could get a boat.
That's crazy.
You know, it is what it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. People die every day, but I don't go on a boat every day. I've been on a jet ski once when I was a kid.
You're so right about
somebody else's jet ski, and I wasn't driving.
You're so right about that.
So,
what else is happening news-wise? I feel like
I was imagining you mourning on a jet ski, like riding off into the sunset, crying.
Okay. No, I think we need to do a bonus show. That's hilarious and insane. We need to do a bonus show that is what are things that are secretly Republican coded, because jet ski is one of them.
Well, yeah, maybe. I really feel like I would enjoy my time on a jet ski. Owning a jet ski, I'm not saying that's Republican coded.
Yes, it's Republican coded.
Renting a jet ski, I think, is
different. You're on vacation, different. Owning a jet ski and going to like
kind of owning a recreational boat, not a fishing boat. Okay, you're not laborers.
Right. Yeah, I think those are secretly Republican coded things.
Remember that time Jeff Bezos bought a yacht that had within it a smaller yacht that he could deploy?
Oh my God.
It's not morally wrong to do anything to him. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But Jesus Christ, that's terrible, guys.
You know, I also, terrible. Of all the ways that like I really try to be a mindful consumer of like, in terms of shopping and also in terms of like the things that I watch or whatever, the way that I am not mindful with Amazon is like really a problem. And I should make it like a point to not shop on it. I'm fully addicted to it. It ships everything so fast. I don't know what to do with myself.
You're like doing an ad for it by accident as you're trying to describe why you can't give it up.
I know. But here's the thing. I want to be able to, the way that we have my cake and eat it too, in my opinion. Is we keep Amazon.
Probably not.
Exactly as it, no, because I really am concerned about the workers' rights as well. Like it's just bad. But also tax the fuck out of Jeff Bezos.
Use Claude for free as much as you guys can.
What's Claude?
Every time instead of getting a subscription, you use an AI. Claude is Anthropic's AI. It's very good. And use it for free as much as you can. ChatGPT. Obviously, there's the environment issue, but if you're going to use it, try and not use the subscription models. Try and use the free models, because anytime you use them, it's costing them money. Like the free always costs money. So don't click their ads.
Point.
If they start adding ads, don't click the ads. just use. Let them serve you ads. I
Yeah.
love when the churches serve ads on my YouTube channel.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
like, oh, please put them
church?
all here. Yeah. We get targeted by a lot of
brutal.
religious channels, by a lot of religious things anyway.
I get a lot of like Bible podcast shorts now on YouTube. And I'm like, and this is my own fault. This is a hell of my own creation.
You've made your algorithm in your image. Dear algorithm. Dear algo. All right. We'll stick to purely news. We've been a little newsing, but when we get back from this ad break, we will stick to purely news. I feel like we're getting into one of those loops once again. Where's the break in? There it is. We're getting into one of those things again where where we keep doing super long shows. We need to rein it in. We've got stuff to do today. You and I both have shows to do today. I've got a home inspection tomorrow. So I've got to I just want to make sure the house is a little presentable. Get the wood shop. Got this raising shelf that I want to get set up in the shop. We got things to do today, so we got to be a little bit more on when we get back. What are we talking about? The SAVE Act. We're going to talk about hide your mom, hide your kids, man, when is this Nancy Guthrie thing going to come to an end? This shit's been crazy. When
I don't know. It's really frightening.
We will be right back. This ad that you're hearing right now is because you're not at patreon.com/calltheline. Patreon.com/calltheline, where you could, in fact, not be hearing this ad right now. Patreon.com/calltheline. Alyssa?
Patreon.com/calltheline. If you don't want to hear this stupid idiot ad.
/calltheline. Why do we have to call it a stupid idiot ad?
I don't know.
Because I came up with it because it was my concept of an ad. So it's a stupid idiot ad. The number of ways you are sneaking in today that you think I'm stupid is crazy.
Listen,
were we on air for the last one?
I don't remember.
Did I do the outro instead of the proper loop? Well, here's the regular loop. That was the outro.
Listen, it's my time of the month. I'm like a little more mean than normal.
If you would like to help relieve her cramps and get her hormones level, go to patreon.com/calltheline and subscribe at any level, any tier, so that you can, except for the Discord only. That one you won't get the podcast, but all the others get the podcast over at patreon.com/calltheline.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
Patreon.com/calltheline.
Do it, please. Oh, man. Listen, don't give away that kind of please for free. Patreon.com/calltheline. Jesus Christ.
I don't even know what I did.
Welcome back. Was that too annoying? Was that too much?
It reminded me of
a significant part of the audience.
Have you seen that's exactly what I was going to say.
I felt the energy of it when it happened.
Okay, good. I'm so glad.
Holy Kerp, you know?
Holy Kerp.
I do want to talk about the Guthrie situation a little bit.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
I kind of can't believe that there's no real progress happening there.
How long has it been now?
Fuck is she?
Would you tell people what we're even talking about? I feel like
it's like 2 weeks. Well, Nancy Guthrie has been kidnapped. And she is the mother of a Good Morning America host.
Savannah, right?
And
Savannah Guthrie is the Good Morning America. Is it Good Morning America? Or is it,
I thought it was Good Morning America or the Today Show.
Right. I think it might be the Today Show.
Maybe it's the Today Show. Anyways, she's a primetime network anchor, I believe. And so she
primetime 6 p.m. It's definitely a morning show. Primetime's isn't that the 6 to 10 p.m. slot?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Anyways, so her mother has been kidnapped. We don't know where she is.
Good.
Yeah. Literally like
pedantically, like if you could just after every sentence, I'm going to give you some kind of correction.
Okay, good.
Okay,
I love that.
Let's get a little pedantic. Come on.
Her mother has been kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for you to be like, allegedly.
If I wanted to add something here, and now I am going to not say it as a joke, it's very likely Nancy Guthrie is dead. Like,
you think so?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just first of all,
my God.
the killer, the guy didn't take her meds. with him.
Fucking hell.
She's like sick,
Shit.
84 years old, unmedicated, and she literally was last seen January 31st. So
Mhm.
we're like coming up
Oh
on
my
3
God.
weeks here.
That's so sad.
Yeah, abducted in her sleep in the early mornings of February 1st at about 1 a.m. There's now video of the person. The fact that there's also been like no, um, like
Leads?
no, well, there've been leads now. Obviously, the video and people have been calling him, but like the kidnapper seems to not be the people who were asking for Bitcoin. I think they don't believe was the kidnapper. I think they think that
Mhm.
turned out to not be the kidnapper at all. Um, So it may be a very personal thing. The person, you get these analysts in who are like, here's how calm he was, here's all this stuff. He gives off psychopath, which
Mhm.
in those situations, you're like, oh, well, then they may never, if he just looked for someone to randomly murder and it happened to be Nancy Guthrie,
Yeah.
you'll never, like, random murderers are the people who are never found. The number of
Yeah.
serial killers that you guys don't like even know are out there and they've never gotten close to catching because they kill random people is very high. In fact, even just that they're unaware that these killings across the country, like truck stop killers, serial
Mhm.
killers used to be the easiest way to be a serial killer, but they kind
Right.
of caught on to that specific thing. Anyway, this is a little bit of excessive sort of guessing. Speaking of excessive guessing, the police did have to come out yesterday and say, we've cleared all of the family. So
Mm.
all of you influencers who flew to town for your true crime podcast, who are saying the craziest fucking shit and saying like, the police not putting a statement out on this might mean that they think blah, 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 and getting the family harassed because you've basically created a narrative in which you think we're broadcasting that some of these people are guilty. You guys are fucking horrible. You
Yeah,
guys are the
that's
fucking
crazy.
worst. And dude, they are. They like, it's funny
I
to be an influencer and just be like,
Mhm.
God, I fucking hate influencers so bad.
Well, I think it also the big thing is it's just like so wildly irresponsible, just an insanely irresponsible use of your platform. And you are not a detective. You are not a part of the police force. You are not a journalist. What the fuck are you
Right.
doing there? What are you doing there? That is not your job. And this is not
I mean,
entertainment. This is
getting
somebody's
paid in clicks and
lives.
stuff. Look, I could
Right. But
see a
it's like, but this is somebody's
responsible way to
life.
do it. They just aren't.
Sure. They're
It's
not
a
doing that.
speculation. If you want to say like, I came out there, I have a huge audience. That huge audience has resulted in a huge flood of tips. We're actively participating. That's one thing.
Right.
But
Right.
y'all are out there hawking merch and being like, have we looked into the cousin of the dad in a while? Have
Right.
we checked out? Nobody suggested this guy at all. And isn't that what makes it mysterious? And I'm sorry, I'm being sexist right now. I'm clearly doing a specific impression, but also, ladies, you are the True Crime podcast host
Yeah.
and audience.
Unfortunately.
Let's
Yeah.
be so real. You guys are obsessed with murder. And maybe it's like how I'm obsessed with high level cooking because I don't do
Mhm.
it. I don't do the cooking. Maybe ladies love murder because they tend to not be murderers. I don't know what it is. But
Well,
it's weird how many of you all have. I have started this conversation with dozens of women right now, and all of you have at least the start of the plan of how you wouldn't get caught. Tell me you don't, Alyssa. Tell me you don't.
I don't know of how I wouldn't get caught.
But you thought of the ways you'd try to not get caught.
Well, I will say that I think about how hard it is to not get caught, but it obviously is not that hard because people still get kidnapped and
Yeah.
murdered and whatever. But when I think about that, the context I think about it in is like I actually can't believe how many times a kidnapping or a murder or whatever does not get solved. Like there's
Sure. I was more saying like, I don't know how much you do true crime, but it's a ladies thing.
I don't anymore.
Okay.
I did a long time ago, and then now it kind of like makes my stomach hurt. I like
The
can't listen
list
to
that
it.
I'm thinking of is like, y'all watch it. And
Mm,
it's like, there's a lot of, it was almost the perfect crime, but she missed
mm,
this one thing. And there's just a lot of
sure.
ladies with the whole list of the one things that were missed that are
Mhm.
like, you know who's not going to miss those? Is
Right.
when I become a man killer, which I somewhat support. also. I should say, like, I possess empathy for the sentiment. As a man, probably cool to take us out. Okay. We're not good for the earth.
Wait. Kevin has said to me before that he thinks that all women should be able to kill like two men in their lifetime. Is it two? Three men in their lifetime.
We
Free
would
pass.
run out of men.
Jimmy said we would run out of men.
Yeah. Like immediately.
Kevin went, meh.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? Behave.
There goes the human race. I thought it was an okay race, but it wasn't.
There you
go. It was bad. I guess I am a racist against the human race.
Wah, wah.
I'm going to go die.
Terrible.
It was Alyssa. And then I just leave and actually die.
God.
And people are like, oh no, the true crime podcasters are on their way. Okay, anyway.
Terrible. Okay, so
back to the gruesome details.
Yeah, Nancy. So what are the like updates on what's going on there?
No, I mean, they arrested a guy a while back. He got released. Then there was over the weekend. I remember the news got taken over by like this house was getting raided. They got released. There was 3 people there. They all got released.
Yeah.
And the house they were determined. The family's been cleared. But no, like nothing. There's like nothing. Her pacemaker app lost connection that Sunday morning, and they found that the phone was left behind. I do know they found a glove in her house that they think could match the glove that they see the guy on the Ring doorbell cam wearing. And they're putting that in that DNA database to try and see. But they've put out the video everywhere saying like, guys, someone recognizes his gait. Someone recognizes the shape of him.
Yeah, something.
They're trying, but he wears pretty generic stuff that's sold at Walmart as well as a lot of other places. Could have been bought at any time. There were blood stains, so she definitely was damaged on her way out. Again, an 84-year-old woman. At this point, I think it is a person trying to not get caught because any idea, if it was a kidnapper who's going to do it for ransom, I think that has passed the ability to do it for ransom. I think that now it is very much just try to not get caught because you accidentally murdered this woman.
Yeah, well, that do you think it was an accident? Because
I don't know.
I don't understand the
know.
point. Like, I don't understand the point of this. If it was
originally, if it was a kidnapping for ransom, that's the most. I mean, that to me would be the most likely. But look, I'm not a fucking. But the mother of a rich person who's on the news who has a multi-million-dollar contract, I think you're thinking they're trying to get money.
Yeah.
Right. But initially, again, if it's not like a random serial killer, like if you're trying to go with most things like this are done by somebody the family knows. So if you're just going with stats, you're thinking like it's a kidnapping for money. But she's 84. She's been damaged. She doesn't have her meds, and her phone pacemaker app has lost her. The pacemaker will continue to function without the app. Though, did they take pacemakers? I assume need charging, right?
Do they? No, they're like inserted. No.
Yeah, but don't you put? I don't know about pacemakers. I know like if you get an occipital nerve stimulator, the battery pack is put like in your hip fat, and you have to like hold a thing against it while you sleep. You like put it against it, and it induction charges.
I feel like that's so
that freaks you out, huh?
Gross. I know that's like an amazing development in medical whatever. I just like can't. That's so
okay. The
frightening
batteries
to
last
think
6 to 10 years, and then you have to surgically get the battery on a pacemaker replaced. Newer models, specialized models, are rechargeable via an external pad on the skin. So depending on which one she had, would be it. But apparently it takes way less. That little pulse it has to give to tell the part of your heart that times your beats. Apparently that's not doesn't seem like that's a problem. Why aren't there? Why isn't there a self-charging I'm not going to read into it right now, but like your body produces heat.
Yeah, true.
Or even like, it'd be amazing if in the future, it's like, if you need battery, like you can eat food.
Solar, you just stand outside.
Or just eat food. Like calories is energy. Like have something that can turn food into, it's like, yeah, if some 1% of the food you eat goes to charge your dealio. And the
That's
farts will come out
crazy.
smelling a little bit more like kerosene, but
Yeah, and that's okay. That's a
and
price you
I've
pay.
always said that. I've always said that.
Okay, wait, what else? Nancy, I feel like there was something else you
The
wanted to
SAVE
talk
Act.
about. The SAVE Act. Oh, yes, we got a comment about asking us to talk about the SAVE Act. And originally my first reaction was like, I don't think they're gonna pass this. And Jimmy, you were like, no, they absolutely are gonna pass this.
No, I didn't say they absolutely are. I said there is, okay, first of all, the House has already passed it.
Right, which is
to be clear.
Psychotic.
Yeah, and the SAVE Act is an act that would basically mean you have to either present a passport or a birth certificate to vote. And certain driver's licenses, I think, would still qualify, but those things would then require them. And the problem with it is, so voter ID laws. Nobody disagrees that you should ID yourself when you register to vote. Okay? Nobody disagrees with that. The standard of what you need to register, they disagree on information that generally only you would know, that kind of stuff, and making it as easy and as accessible as possible. But everybody's pretty well fine with that. The problem is they're trying to, first of all, federalize the election, which is against the Constitution. States are allowed to run their elections the way they want to run their elections.
Right.
That's literally in the Constitution. But also, these ID laws are going to make it harder for a lot of people to vote. And the long-term goal is to stop, I think, to stop mail-in voting. Because they want to make it, you have to present at the poll an ID. First of all, it makes at the poll experience time longer, because you're literally adding to every interaction. We have to verify the ID, even though usually you register to where you're going to do it. You tell the person your name, you give them your address, and you sign a little affidavit thing, and they check against the signatures. Usually that is the process by which that happens. Or you do mail-in, where you've registered, you've ID'd yourself to register. It goes to your address, it comes back with a signed affidavit. They're trying to basically end anything but it's a long-term game. So it's never just about voter ID. And basically they're trying to make it also these types of IDs that aren't necessarily simple to get, and is a tax on poor people if you want to vote, because you cannot get a replacement birth certificate. I've lost my birth certificate, I'm not even joking, twice in my life. I have had to get 2 replacements of my birth certificate.
Wow.
Where is my social security card right now? Couldn't tell you. Okay. It's probably here. I hope it's here. Don't know. But I have a birth certificate. I just had to use it. Those aren't free. And passports are very much not free.
Yeah.
Like
expensive as hell.
And somehow they're like, real ID is somewhere in that, but also maybe not, because they may not. What the point of getting the whole real ID register? And then also in a world where like the Palantir shit is happening, how we're not just sitting here going like, they're looking for ways to track us more, guys. Like
100%.
the government database profile. And I'm starting to sound like a guy who 20 years ago would have been crazy on they're tracking us and they're going to figure out, they're going to know what you had for dinner by the time this is all over. And I'm literally like, actually, no, they're going to pick what you're going to have for dinner. They got your algorithms up and they're feeding you. They're telling you what you're hungry for now. It's worse somehow. Anyway, so the SAVE Act has passed the House already. It's stuck in the Senate by the filibuster. Donald Trump is likely going to try to manufacture different things that we have to do between here and the election that he says are so big they need to do the nuclear option and eliminate the filibuster. Then once it's done, once Pandora's box is open, it's open, and it would probably pass in the Senate. That's basically where we'd be at. But right now, it's only held up by the filibuster. Yes.
Psychotic.
It's crazy. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else. Someone asked us to talk about it. I don't really know what else to say. Like, what else is there to really say?
A lot of people are worried about if it passes, a lot of married women haven't officially gotten a new birth certificate issued.
Yeah.
And so because their birth certificate wouldn't match their voter roll, basically they're
going to be ineligible.
A lot of people are like, this is their way of stopping women from voting because,
let's
be so honest, they want to stop women from voting.
Of course. Yeah. Well, I think that like the whole goal is not necessarily to stop women from voting, but that's a really beautiful added bonus. I think as they were developing this plan, they were like, "Oh my God, wait, hold on a second. This is going to be awesome. There's going to be a whole
No, I
bunch of
think it was
women."
part of work. I mean, if you think
You
about
do?
why, and I think the SAVE Act is created to go, who do we want to stop from voting?
Yeah.
Black people, poor
Poor
people who
people.
actually want like the government assistance that they need to get out of their position,
Mhm.
women. Like
Mhm.
who are the people who vote against us? And
Mhm.
women, if you just eliminate women, Democrats would win very not often anymore
Yeah.
in a lot of races, and even in states that you wouldn't imagine would be the case. Women are an incredibly important voting bloc to non-Republicans. And so I don't think it was a bonus. I think they were like, ooh, here's the way we can pretend we're doing something that's so common sense. It's just common sense. Every other country has this. And actually, when you look at other countries, they have similar things to what we have. But also, you want to go with other countries. All right, let's go with Australia. Mandatory voting. And the state has a responsibility in mandatory voting to make sure that everybody is able to vote. Like they have to make it easy for everyone to get to a place to vote, and you have to vote in Australia. It is mandatory. You don't technically have to vote for one of the candidates, but you have to turn in a
Mhm.
ballot. But if you want to
Right.
start looking at other countries, let's talk about the ubiquity of mandatory voting and that it is
Mhm.
your responsibility to participate in electing your representatives. Because then it does all the shit that they're trying to do. Then the state has to, if you're going to make the ID thing, fine, but that means free passports for everybody. And the state is responsible to get them to you,
Mhm.
or free voter IDs or whatever you want to make it, state IDs. The fact that state IDs in general aren't qualifying it on a lot of this shit. It's pretty obvious these people. The whole purpose is to stop people from voting. That's what it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think this is all because Trump knows that 2026 is not looking super good for him. I know they were working on this before,
Worse
but I
and
think
worse.
now, yeah, I think that now they're turning up the heat on this because he's anticipating 2026 not going so well for the Republicans. So any
Yep.
way that they can minimize the votes that might count against them is what they're going to do.
He also made an unhinged Truth Social post about the death of
Oh
Reverend
God.
Jesse Jackson, trying to pretend like he starts acting respectful, and then the whole thing is just about, and everybody, they say I'm racist. And da, 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 da." It's like you're supposed to be honoring like the death of a civil rights leader, and you have made it fully about yourself. Just
Right.
go into the light. Head toward it, guy. Head toward it.
Oh my God. How old is he? 85?
Trump?
Yeah, no, he's
79. He'll be
80.
80 this
Yeah, it's crazy.
year. Yeah. His birthday is on is it April 20th? Oh, sorry, that's Hitler's birthday. Why would I have gotten them mixed up? I can't
Oh my
remember actually.
God.
Trump. Wouldn't it have been so funny? It's very close. Uh no, it's not.
Wait,
It's June
Hitler's
14th.
birthday is April 20th?
Yeah, the only reason I remember that is because
Because
420.
it's
Blaze
420?
it. Yeah, yeah. And then people
Um,
make
that's so interesting
inappropriate
because
jokes about him
I wonder. Right.
blazing the wrong
Oh
stuff.
my God.
I know, it's not okay.
I wonder if Kevin and Hitler are the same astrological sign.
I will say
'Cause
that joke was coined by a Jewish man. Alright, June
he
14th is,
um
Trump. And yeah, April 20th is what's Kevin's birthday?
the 18th.
Yeah, yeah, then they're the same sign for sure.
Kevin went, "I think he's a Taurus," which
Mm.
is so LA coded to
But the
know
important
that.
thing here is none of that fucking matters at all, and if Kevin believes in astrology, I've lost, like, 800 points of respect for him,
No,
and
no
that was
fucking
out of
way.
6. The
No
point
fucking
system
way.
out of it's a system out of 6.
Sure. No.
I would somehow get healthy enough to come to California, tie him up, and make him listen to all of my
Well, if it
lectures.
if it means that you would come to California, then yes.
You wouldn't enjoy it. Because
Well,
again, that entails me showing up, tying him to a chair, and 4 straight days of why astrology is
sounds
bullshit lecturing.
sounds sexual. Also, sounds like something that you would enjoy.
I would keep my clothes on. As we've already addressed, Kevin and I appear to probably be related.
Yeah, it was just like my favorite thing. I think that's so funny.
Yeah. And unlike some people would guess, I've never looked in the mirror and thought, I want to fuck this guy. And while Kevin and I are not the spitting image of each other, there
Mhm.
is a familial resemblance.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is for sure.
Yeah.
Cousins at minimum.
Yeah. It is weird how many people, this happened a lot in my family, end up marrying or dating somebody that you're like, they kind of look like your mom or your sister. They kind of look, and apparently it's a natural thing. And yet my whole life, I give points to people for not looking related to me. Literally, it's like, you are very pretty, but I'm not really interested because you look like my sister. That's happened. I've turned, I got over this, but early on, I turned down people with the same names as my sisters.
Well, I get that. I think it's because, and then you have to like say those same names in like a sexual context, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be surprised unless you make it a thing, which is fun. You often don't say a person's name that you're dating, even in sexual context.
Yeah, I guess I don't. Yeah, I think it's
There's
rare
a
that
lot
I.
of babe, there's a lot of hun, there's a lot of hey,
Yeah,
sugar bear, love bug, sweetie pie,
yeah,
that kind of stuff. But you don't really say their name that much.
yeah. I guess that's true. That's so weird. That's like
Yeah.
really weird to think about.
Yeah. You don't really say the names of people you know in general much.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
that's
unless
so
you're saying like,
weird.
hi, is this Joe?
Right.
A guy I knew in high school. Okay, this is the last thing that we gotta go. A guy, I'm gonna play the thing and then we'll do whatever we said we were gonna do with the bonus show. I don't remember what it was
Okay.
though. Oh, sexual myths, like
Yeah.
sex ed scare myths. Um, this guy I knew named Joe in high school, who I still like. He's still a cool guy. He randomly added me on Snapchat this week. And I was like, oh, okay. And then like within an hour, he did like one of those videos where it shows like which crystal are you, and then it shifts and then it freezes, and it was like he was like selenite or something like that. And so I just took a snap of it, a still of that, and wrote meth over it and sent back which crystal am I, and I was meth, and no reply. No
Well,
reply. He randomly
he's no.
sends that video. I assume he sent that video just to all friends. So I just wrote
Yeah.
sent back meth.
Yeah.
No reply.
No fun. He's no fun.
He is fun though. Like I know that guy from school. He's a lawyer now, but I knew him from school. Like that would have cracked him up so much back in the day. And I hope he cracked him up and he was just busy lawyering.
Yeah, that's possible. That's entirely possible.
That was the show. If you want to go watch the bonus show, and we're going to talk about different myths that are told to us when we're young to scare us from sex. That's at patreon.com/calltheline.
Bye.